Welcome back to Astrolyszics channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, shout out to you. I was allowed and called to use my Manzel's tarot deck, so this is a special moon. And so yeah, y'all get the good cards. Shout out to you who's watching. Share with a friend, tell a friend. Let's get into this full moon in Leo. I know this moon a little intimately, or a lot. And what I will say about this full moon is this is really a find your way back in a pleasurable way. Leo is the ruler of the 5th house, which includes creativity, play. I would say it's giving somewhere in between the different chakras of self-confidence and the sacral of sexuality and creativity and creation. If you have been holding yourself back from tapping into your inner child, if you have been afraid to be seen, there's some work that you can do around that in this moon. Full moons ask for releases, so I believe it is a full moon, so full moons ask for release. I cut my hand. We're gonna get grown up in here. I don't do stuff for anybody under 18 anyway. So we're gonna pull from all 3 of these cards. It is Valentine's week, which to me is just relationships, right? Friendship, love, romance, sex. That's also part of the 5th house. So I think it's pretty great that Valentine's Day coincides with the same week as the full moon. I don't know if the moon will be in Virgo by Friday, but it is a Venus day. So, do what you will with that information. I would say get as fly as possible, even if you're staying indoors. How will you express yourself as honestly, as enjoyably, as real? Oh, these are not even shuffled. That's how you know. I'm like, this is my heirloom deck. This is my heirloom deck. As creatively, 5th house, dating, creativity. It can be inner child, your firstborn. All those things. It's a little random, but Leo is many things, multifaceted. Be mindful of arrogance, and sometimes not wanting to be seen as a form of arrogance. So, things to think about. Be one with the space. Allow yourself to be experienced, and however people respond is a them problem. Unless you're being annoying as hell and you know that. But if people reject your playful nature, your joyful nature, and it is not like, there's a time and place for everything. But if you are just in the right time and place and people are not partaking in your joy, who the fuck cares? You know what I'm saying? Live your life. You know who don't care? Kids don't care, especially toddlers. And they live their life and they want to do what they want to do. Sometimes children remind us to re-embody some of that energy. So, what is holding you back from being in community with your inner child and other people's inner child, right? Some people hate to see other people be in their inner joy. But that is not why we're here today. We are here for this pull a card, pick a card. Having this full moon in Leo while we are in Aquarius season, to me, is let your uniqueness shine. Let being different, not being with the crowd, going against the grain, being unique, right? Light the way to finding the people that deserve to be in your space, to reconnecting to self-love, to realizing how really dope you are, especially if you've kind of forgot your way. So I hope these affirmations work. I also posted some on Instagram and TikTok. I'll just be posting what I put on Instagram now. At Astrolyszics on TikTok and Instagram. Same as the channel, your site, username. I don't know, channel. I'm just shuffling. So I'm calling in Spirit and those that are in our highest and best for messages that are clear, concise, and in tune and useful. And so if the message resonates, comment down below. I like to hear what your thoughts are, if it hits, if you come back and it hits again. If it didn't quite, that's fine too. I don't mind. Let me know what deck you picked. Talk to me, y'all. I really do like a call and response, even though people just be watching. Out here just being creepy. But holla at me. I would like to know. Throw a like in there if you're feeling the vibes. It lets people find me, free for you and them. So send a link. You know I had to. You know I had to. See the vibes, you see the vibes. Let's put this big old thing here. Rose quartz. All right. Make your decisions. Put this here. Let's see if we get called to use another deck. I don't know yet. But let's focus on love. And love, I always like to focus on self-love. But you know. Oh, let me put this one away too. I'm gonna need the thing for that. Okay. Well, let's leave that here because it gives Valentine's Day vibes. So I'm gonna put deck number 1 here, card number 1, cards number 2, and I want you to see everything. Card number 3. All right. So 1, 2, 3. I'm in like a slightly different angle. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Let's move this big old thing over here. You know what Leo also represents? Courage. Courage and loyalty. Loyalty. So we have Tiger's Eye in the lion. I think embodies the perfect vibe for the Leo moon. It's a little flashy, but it's also good fortune, success, and all of that jazz. It's also grounding. And so That's it's I've realized more like masculine presenting people like tiger's eye. So I find that interesting. So asase ya. And that says joy. What number is this? 16. I want you to see, I like the, is it a fro? Yeah, it's a fro. With the phases of the moon. I mean, it doesn't get any more lunar than this. I love this. All right. We have that. And I will look for it in the thing. 2 of candles. Are we making a decision somewhere? And the 3 of wands. This looks like a very clear conversation, but one thing at a time, one thing at a time. I've never had a saseya. So let's see this goddess. Goddess of joy, Ashanti Ghana, temple warriors, element bush. Goddess Saseya rules life and death as the joyful crone celebrated as Mama Earth. Her energy is loving, fertile, and nurturing, and her name is invoked at major life transitions. Your happiness matters. Joy is sacred. Your laughter waters the earth. I think that's an important. Your laughter waters the earth. Embodiment. You deserve to be happy. It is safe for you to feel good. Allow yourself to feel joy with no limits. This is self-love. Your happiness doesn't need to look like anyone else's. If you can't imagine it, you won't be able to live it. Giggle therapy break. Close your eyes and see yourself joy-filled. Now laugh with your mouth and your eyes wide open. Try it to release feel-good endorphins. And that really does work. You might feel crazy as hell doing it, but in the end, you're going to feel a little bit more happy. Goddess declaration. I feel like me when I'm happy. I love that. And so, 2 of candles would be our 2 of swords. And usually the 2 of swords is like, it kind of like the song Torn Between the Two. You either know what side you're leaning on the most, right? Because as much as they look equally the same, one candle is behind the other candle. And so you're caught up more so not between 2 people, but either 2 possibilities, 2 ideologies, or an all or nothing kind of stance. Leo energy is a fixed energy, and sometimes they can be all or nothing. But sometimes the question is, why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos? Right? And it's also, what brings me joy? What allows me the space to be joyful, happy, and all of me whole? And if that is one of the options, go with it. And then we have the 3 of wands, which is being able to go the expansive route, right? 3 of wands in the Rider-Waite is usually somebody who's like looking over a horizon. But what's cool about this, okay. What's cool about this is you have the sun, right? Then you have these figures that feel like spirit figures, ancestral, some kind of juju or magic, right? Some kind of spiritual compasses, and they're all in different directions. But the main one in charge is facing forward, and forward, you may not see the path, but all of them guarantee expansion. And so it's not necessarily a specific east, west, south, north. It's more like, oh, we're expanding in all directions. And so one choice that you make, regardless of what it is, I don't think there's a wrong choice. It might be in regards to releasing something or moving on to a new road, a new direction, pivoting, taking your loyalties back. One of those things will lead you to where you're going. It doesn't matter if you're taking detours. It doesn't matter how exactly you get there. You finna get there. And so take the road that is most supportive to you. It's not really necessary to take the high road. It's take the joyful road. Take the fulfilling road. Take the road where you are intact. And do it with confidence, because fortune favors the bold. Listen. That's card number 1, y'all. I feel like I want to give one more card. So we're going to do the self-love edition cards by We're Not Really Strangers. Felt like something was missing. They're not asking for the romance cards. Like, I've looked at them, but it's not really like, oh, we need to do that. Ooh. How has confidence increased with age? Maybe something you need to journal on. Experience, right, sometimes allows us to be a lot more comfortable. You're not starting over. You are starting from experience. Thank you, card number 1. Oh, wait. Hold on. Because let's also read what's in here. The 6th version. You've established a foothold. Your desires are within reach. A plan of action is now needed to strengthen your position. Don't shy away from requesting guidance on which path to take. Well, you're here now. It's not in the reversed, but stay focused on the objective. Make it happen. Make it happen for yourself. I think the route you're most excited about and not as logical might be the vibe. Follow the what if. Instead of just asking what if, follow the what if and let the universe answer it for you. Now, thank you very much, card number 1. So we went from card number 1's kind of like masculine version of this to the goddess version. Tiger's eye is good fortune, success, and this has extra grounding because there's a lot of brown in it. So, what are we grounding into? We have resistance here. Oh, this is in reverse. All right. We have resistance, Gang Gang Sarah. That is number 22. I don't know, but I like this. Kind of reminds me. The tree, okay, yeah. She does have extra hands. So we have the Ace of Candles in reverse. What's going on? What delays have been upon you? Ace of Candles, what are you not starting? What are you leaving behind? 6 of Swords. Let's see what the story is. 22. Gang Gang Sarah, Shadow of Resistance, Tobago. Temple Shadows, Element Bush, Shadow Goddess Gang Gang Sarah. The Witch of Golden Lane blew into Tobago on a determined breeze from West Africa to emancipate her family. You are scared that you are going to mess it all up. You may have stumbled, but this is a new day. Learn to show up for yourself. You ghost your own dreams and resist your own magic. Stop holding back, worrying, and pretending to seek perfection that will never come. Paralysis analysis. I'm a perfectionist. You're procrastinating, beloved. You may be afraid of the powerfulness that you will unleash once you actually get started. You can plan as much as you want to plan. Nothing will literally go to plan. Ask me how I know. But if you start somewhere with the aspiration of maybe getting somewhere, you might loop the loop. You might get there and be like, let's turn to the other side, right? And make something even more magnificent. Leave enough space for magnificence to follow. When it comes to you stepping into your greatness, resistance keeps you stuck. Resistance blocks growth, creativity, and evolution. Resistance may look like procrastination, I didn't even read that part, laziness, disorganization, excuses, or lack of motivation. But there are deeper forces at play. You are resisting the force you really are. You don't have to necessarily get ready to become. You don't have to prepare for years to do the thing. Do the thing. Trust me. Trust me. There are people being out here mediocre every day. And they're doing things that you're like, wow. Yeah. Imagine if you did them. Goddess declaration. This is me. I show up. And that is half of the magic. Showing up is half the battle, is what they say. A new beginning is awaiting you. I don't know how long it's gonna wait though. Ace of Candles. I guess they're wands. Then what are swords? Anyway, I will. What are swords? Don't mind me. So, Ace of Candles reversed. Overexcitement can lead to unplanned consequences and misadventures. Overexertion may result in joint pains. So, act on impulse, act on excitement, act on passion. Let joy lead you. Having the Ace in Candles is kind of like start stop, pump brakes. I want it, but no. That hot and cold with yourself, if it sucks with somebody else, right? If somebody is hot and cold all the time and you don't want to mess with them, why would you want to do that to yourself? To be afraid of your own power is a dangerous task. Allow you to surprise you and be like, see? This is a season on betting yourself. You ain't really got too much time to be fucking around this long. By March, if you haven't gotten things together, you don't have to have things together. And the thing is, sometimes it's not necessarily not preparing, but it's more like go on the journey. You will build as you go because you are not foolish. You are excited now. You don't need to figure it out all now. Jump. The parachute is ancestral. It's already there, but you won't know you can fly and you had wings all of this time because you are afraid to take the leap. If you need, maybe you need a little cushion. Have the smallest cushion possible. If you're going to go on a whim, maybe you want a little backup plan, but don't let the backup plan and the fear be a truth you already made up for yourself. And if you had a question of whether or not to leave all that shit that's been holding you down behind, here's your answer. The Six of Swords literally is like, I'm gonna leave and go on this thing called an adventure. I'm gonna go see what's out there, and I'm allow myself to be surprised by my capacity. Literally, it's a lightning hitting these swords, which emits energy, it emits sounds, and it is going to be surprising. Don't sleep on your greatness. But you can't discover it if you don't light the match. What keeps you awake, what keeps you burning, what keeps you alight is the right way to go. You've done the this is how it should be already. You've done all of the ways that somebody else told you were supposed to do it. You already know what that road looks like. And it seems like you're bored. What if you bet on yourself? I bet you'll win. Self-love edition question. The more you love yourself, there we go. The more you love yourself, the better your love life will be. Take a chance now. Thank you, card number 2. All right. So for the dramatics, the hungering of love, self-love, self-compassion, the hug in the stone. Y'all know what it is. I say this all the time. Self-love, loving energy, self-compassion, softness. Oh, they say they want me to... Oh. I ain't even gonna read it. I'm gonna wait to see what this is. Alright. 3 of Pentacles. Page of Roses. Truth. Okay. I gotta read it. What's happening? Am I avoiding any hard conversations with myself? If so, what comes to mind? Let's talk about it. 34, which turns into a 7. Truth. Noonday. And it's all red in the background. This is red. Orangey. It's orangey red. Are you denying yourself pleasure? We have the Page of Roses, who isn't denying themselves pleasure. Page of Roses is having a good time, but are you? And the 3 of Pentacles. On a spicy note, 3 of Pentacles is giving very much a safe, luxurious, delectable. 3 is not a crowd. A good time. 3 of Pentacles is usually like 3 homies celebrating. Right? Something like that. I'm a little tired, y'all. Page of Roses. This reading is all out of order, but that's how it's meant to be. If you crave a youthfully exuberant, eager to learn presence in your life, the Page of Roses is your gal. Curious about the body, she has studied where all the erogenous zones are and what tools and tricks you need to work them. Like a grown-up version of the board game Operation, she is natural, but she needs space to develop emotionally too. I will tell you the take care portion, which is usually when it's reversed, because I feel like that's where you're at right now. Technical virtuosity shouldn't be a substitute for intimacy. At a certain point, stop studying and seek life experience instead. Well, damn. All right, I'm gonna just read these guidebooks at this point. Oh, I didn't know there was a little app. Well, anyway, don't get sidetracked. See, I done discovered something myself. There's like there's a app or something that comes with this guidebook. I didn't even look at that last page. Nunde. Goddess of Truth Benin. Temple Griots. Storytellers. Element Water. Nunde. The bold, outspoken wife of Benin Loa, deity Legba, was feeling neglected by her husband, even with several wives his head easily turned. So Nunde lived her truth, took her own lover, and became her own best friend. Get real, Nunde's guidance. What is your truth? Truth telling matters. Being able to hear the truth matters just as much. Tell the truth. Each person has their own version. Speak your words. Words have impact, and they mean things, friends. Remember that we all have triggers. Think before you speak and listen with compassion. That also includes listening to yourself. Be gentle and stay calm in truth-telling conversations. The truth is my friend. And sometimes that's difficult to encounter. But if you have been feeling off, if you have been, I don't know, sometimes Leo energy is so hungry for acceptance, when the truth is they're really hungry for nurturing, so hungry for celebration, which to be celebrated versus celebrating themselves. And we all need community. I think when we try to perform for community, we forget that we're still performing even when we're by ourselves. And so what does it look like for you to embody your truth? Maybe you don't have to tell anyone anything. You just are. And you live in that being and just are-ing, right? If you lose people along the way, then were those people that were meant to stay? No. But don't lose yourself trying to keep people who don't want you to keep yourself around. Live. Experience life and let life experience you. If you haven't been in the sun, let the sun see you. Let yourself be light. And if you need to blind some bitches, blind them. Like, please. Take up space in your own body. Learn what it feels like, what it enjoys, what it desires. If you need to take supplements, right? If you need a dietitian, like, take care of the altar that is you. Sometimes we're so busy being spiritual beings and blah, 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 and that we forget we are the first altar. We are literally carrying generations within our own body, past, present, and future. Take care of that. You deserve flowers at your altar. You deserve the nourishment. You deserve to beautify and adorn yourself. And as you do that, not only do you feel abundant, you are abundant. You remember who the fuck you are. And more abundant experiences. Like, the better you treat yourself, the better people treat you. Why? Because you're teaching people how to treat you. I can't love nobody who can't love themselves. I can't. You're an empty well. we can only love other people as much as we love ourselves. And sometimes we're better at loving other people than ourselves. But something will always be a little empty, a little missing, a little lonely if we're not taking that time to be with ourselves. And so, I gently invite you to reconnect, tap in, and whatever that looks like. Being present, it could be being with water, being in nature, adorning your body. I enjoy certain, like, you already know, right? I am an adorner of self. And so get your hair, if you feel ugly, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Leo placements, if you are feeling ugly, get your hair done. It's a thing. It's a thing. Do the things that are shallow, because I bet you're gonna feel better. Maybe you can't go get your hair done, but wash your hair. Style it a little bit. Paint your nails red. I don't care who you are. I don't care what body you're in. You paint your nails red, you will feel like a bad bitch. Period. Find pleasure again. Be curious. Ask yourself what if, and go find out. Fuck around and find out in the pleasant, most pleasant of ways. It will bring you reward. All right. You heard me. So it is. I am disconnecting the chat of channeling spirit, of giving y'all messages. I hope you release anything that doesn't bring you confidence, enjoy, pleasure, creativity. Make some art, y'all. That's what y'all really should do. Make some art. Be art. And I'll see you in the next month.